Your outfits are boring, and that's your fault. It's not my fault they suck, but I'm gonna help you make them better. Before we get started, my name is Shalar. This is Breaking the Norm, where we're all shopaholics, but we're not anonymous. Before we get started, make sure you join the support group gang. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your loved ones, even the ones that you trying to be shady with. Everyone needs a little support, and that's why we're here. Okay, so today's episode we're talking about the art of layering, how to up the ante with your outfits. I'm wearing a great example today. Before we move on, everything that I'm wearing will be in the description box below, linked in my LTK and my Amazon storefront. Blazer is from Kohl's. Corset is from Amazon, but you can also find it on Shein, probably cheaper. Skirt is also from Amazon, but I will link something similar because it was a limited edition drop with an influencer. I think that's everything. Let's move on. Okay, so the art of layering. Art of layering, it's really an art. Knowing how to put things together. We're all used to seeing a long sleeve t-shirt under a short sleeve t-shirt or a flannel over a tank top. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, or adding a leather jacket on top of the flannel on top of the tank top. We get that. That's basic layering. What we want to do is elevated layering that brings us to a place of not only completion, but everybody's just like, dang girl, you look good. I would never have thought to put this together, but it looked good. Okay? I'm also going to touch upon some trends for 2024 that might actually help you and inspire you to want to try layering in a new direction. Okay? Alright, first item of layering that we want to address, tights. Not stockings. Stockings are very sheer. I realize people don't know the difference between tights and stockings. Stockings are very sheer and usually a skin tone. Tights are more opaque, and they're usually slightly thicker. Then you have leggings, which are completely different. They're footless usually, and they're cotton, or they're like your workout leggings. Okay, those are the differences. I'll try and pop up some type of examples on the screen for that. But for tights, what's trending right now, which is also a really good fun thing to do, which I think will help with the layering aspect, fun, colorful, bright pattern tights. Now, for someone who's probably new to layering, you don't necessarily want to jump into having bright red tights. I know that for a fact because I recently just got bright red tights and I like them, don't get me wrong, but I'm not itching to wear them regularly. So start with black tights. Black tights go with everything. I have so many black tights. They help up the ante for anything. They can make any look classier, or if you do like I've been doing, getting tights that have patterns on them. So I've gotten a pair of polka dot tights. I have a pair of tights with roses on them. I have tights that have plaid design on them. I also have like different pattern fishnet tights. So you don't have to just stick with the regular sheer like mesh tights. You can do fishnet tights. Those usually come with a lot of patterns too, and they add a lot of intricate texture and detail to your outfit without really trying too hard, and it definitely captures somebody's attention. Whether they say it to you or not, somebody's looking and probably complimenting you on that. Fun example, I went to the Jonas Brothers concert last month, and these group of girls had on sparkly tights. They had on sparkly fishnets, so they had like rhinestones on them, but they were iridescent. I was like, oh, those are fun. I didn't even get a chance to speak to them, but I thought they were fun, and they definitely caught my attention. I was like, I like this. Fun pattern tights are a great way to up the ante on an outfit without trying too hard. Invest in a good tight, especially ones that will last you a couple of washes. Okay, and don't just go and get some cheap dollar store ones. Don't do that, because then they're not gonna last you very long and they're gonna have runs in them. Please also make sure you pre-stretch your tights before you put them on, because that is how you avoid having runs and holes in them before you even get them all the way up. And I know somebody out there is gonna be like, well, what if I want that? If you want the runs and holes and you are here for the grunge aesthetic, do you, boo? I'm talking to the people who don't want the grunge aesthetic. Stretch out, pre-stretch your tights this way and this way, so you can get them on a lot easier, and this way you minimize the runs and tears that happen in your tights, that happen like right away usually, especially if you have nails. Let's move on to our next layering piece. Okay, so our next layering piece is probably similar to what I'm talking about, what I'm wearing here. Shirts on top of shirts. what kind of shirts you may have. We already briefly touched upon, you know, the t-shirt over the long sleeve shirt and the flannel over the tank top. Those things are staples. You can wear those. Those are timeless at this point. But what I'm talking about are like fun textured shirts. If you start using shirts with like velvet or, you know, a raised print or something like that, or a fun pattern. By the way, prints and patterns are not the same. They're not the same. That's another video for another day, but they're not the same. Or like I like to do, I like corsets, I like harnesses, I like to layer those over shirts, jackets, as you see, dresses. Those always add an interesting piece to the outfit without going over the top and having to put on 50 million layers. Even if I'm not doing shirts, I might layer a petticoat underneath a skirt or a dress to give it more volume, to give it something more fun and playful for people to look at and, you know, take note of. Even if you don't want to be that intricate and that bold and out loud, which I get, finding good textured shirts to put on top of tank tops, or if you do like a mesh shirt over a tank top, or if you want to do a fishnet shirt over a t-shirt, or you want to do a bralette over a button-up, things like that will definitely up your creativity, but also up the effort that you put into your outfit without being too over thought about, if that makes sense. So people are going to think that you put so much effort into your outfit, and in all honesty, you didn't. You just put on a bralette on the outside instead of underneath, and it just looks cool because most people just do basic stuff. That's how I see it. I hope you see it that way too. Like the fact that I'm wearing a corset over a blazer, most people would do this the other way, but I like the way this looks. It looks so fun. It's cute. It's here. It's giving Clueless, but it's also giving very much Cyndi Lauper in the 80s. I love the feel that I'm getting from this outfit. Again, it takes a lot for you to be this bold and want to walk outside like this. But for the beginner in you, start with textured or patterned or print tops to bring a little bit more liveliness to your outfit when it comes to layering. Okay, next thing would be adding accessories. Necklaces, earrings, watches, rings, fun belts. Speaking of fun belts, statement belts are back in trending. So if your little emo heart, if that's what you wanted to wear and you wanted to stack your belts, great time to do it. If you are someone who did the big belt and, you know, business casual aesthetic in the club in the early 2010s, this is your time to do better. Okay, you can do the statement belts again, but just do them better. But those are definitely trending. Those things will add a lot to your outfit. You can have on a plain black dress. A nice statement belt can draw the eye to your waistline, making you look slimmer. People are taking the attention there and not to your insecure spots. And if it's a fun statement piece, it's definitely a conversation starter. Somebody's bound to ask you, oh my God, where'd you get it from? Or, oh my God, that's so cool. And oh my God, I like that. You know, these are things that will come from these pieces. Earrings. If you like a good statement earring, like my hair is naturally shorter, I like a good statement earring when I have my natural hair out. Necklaces. If you like to layer necklaces, statement necklaces are cool too. I don't know about a bib necklace, but layering like chains and stuff like that. Mixed metals. That is very trendy this year. So if you're mixing gold and silver necklaces and gold and silver like bracelets and watches and rings and stuff like that, people will gravitate to those places because they're just like, ooh, that's intriguing. I like that. Oh, she's got a cool sense of style, or he's looking really interesting over there. He must take a lot of time to put effort into his appearance, even if it's not that deep, I assure you. But statement accessories, not necessarily just accessories in general, layering and stuff like that will definitely bring attention to your outfit, making a simple t-shirt and jeans outfit look like you are a rock star. Those little simple things and details do make a difference. Moving on to our last thing of today's video. Okay, our last thing to talk about, jackets. Adding a jacket can make a big difference. And I'm not necessarily talking about a statement jacket here. I'm just talking about a jacket in general. You can wear a white t-shirt. When you see somebody with a leather jacket over a white t-shirt, what are you thinking? They're giving very much James Dean. They're giving very much cool guy or cool girl. Giving very much biker chick, if not very much badass. All from a leather jacket. Now remove the leather jacket. Add a blazer. It's giving business casual. It's giving preppy. It's giving, oh, he looks like he's kind of got his life together. She looks kind of cool, kind of groomed, depending on the type of blazer. If you got a slouchy blazer, it's going to give you more of a cool aesthetic. If you have on a more fitted blazer, it's going to give you a more put together, clean cut, effortless aesthetic where people are just like, dang, you look good. You always look good. You always look together. You look like you have your life together. You look like you know how to do your own taxes. And you do them well. You look like you have more than $15 in your bank account. I appreciate that. Like, that's what a jacket can do for your outfit and for you. You'd be surprised how people impose their own personal thoughts on you based on how you look. And if you don't know that by now as an adult, I don't know why you didn't know that. You should know it. So now you know it. People will make assumptions on you based on how you look. And if you look a certain way, I assure you most times the assumptions will be more positive than negative. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, to each his own. If you want to stay basic and just do basic well. I would say throw on a jacket and be a little bit more than basic. We're going to touch on statement pieces in our next episode, so I'll give you a little sneak peek, blah, 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 a little blah, 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 blah. I'm just giving you a heads up of what next week's episode is going to be about, statement pieces, so that's why I wanted to end on jackets. But add a jacket like this. I could have did this with a simple white blazer. I could have did this with a t-shirt. I could have did this with a blue blazer and made this monochromatic, but I added a plaid one, which added more texture, more level, more intricateness, and it gave more attention grabbing conversation. Why did I do plaid? Why not white? Why is the corset on the outside of it? Why not underneath it? I have so many questions and answers based on this one outfit. Simply by what I chose to layer, what I chose to put on as the layering piece, and how I chose to layer it. Layering can take your outfit, skyrocket it out of the window, and blow it up into firecrackers if you do it right. Okay, my fashion friends, that is the end of this week's episode. As usual, if you loved it, like it. If you didn't, they all can't be winners. We'll try again next week. I am so glad that you are here, and I don't know how you got here, but I hope you stick around. Make sure you stay creative and fun. Make sure you keep breaking the norm, and make sure you stay you.